Welcome back to another round of playing the Wizards with myself, Radagast versus Alatar. And okay, so we find Alatar's team, or Radagast's team, excuse me, here in Beretwedu, and we do not have anything that we're able to do here. So we have fog in place, and we currently have a lot of unused general influence, so we're going to do something with that. So back at Lorien, Galadriel comes into the game, and she, while at Lorien, allows us to keep an additional card in our hand, so that's very nice. On top of the 3 marshalling points, which is also very nice. Okay. And I think what we need to do is we don't want to go to Lorien because that will blow up the Fellowship. I'd rather just keep that through to the end of the game if we can pull that off. And, oh yeah, put that away. So, we should go somewhere where we can play the Valiant Sword. And where might that be? It's got to be a place with a dragon, with a horde, which means a place with a dragon attack. The Lonely Mountain is a thought. Orville Hollow. Let's see, we're in southern Ravanian, so we don't have to take the most direct route either. Yeah, we could go 4 wildernesses and just go to... How about Southern Ravanian, Heart of Mirkwood, Woodland Realm, and then the Grey Mountain Narrows. And we will go to Orville Hollow. So that's our destination. And I think we're just going to keep this configuration as is. Okay. We are going through quadruple wilderness, and we are going from a ruin and lair to a ruin and lair, and we can draw up to 6, and I think we probably will. So let's do it. The Easterlings. 1. Hallbrook of Brightmail. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Okay, and now let's see what our opponent has. And we can draw 2. Annalena and Eladan, there you are. Finally. You've been gone all game after you took off with Orcrist. That was rough. Okay, so here we are. We need to do anything we can to slow these guys down. We're definitely going to play Arouse Denizens. That makes that automatic attack 15, 1 strike of 15, so that's nice. We can play. Let's play New Moon to tap Haldir. See why not? Let's do that. That's the second hazard. We got a limit of 4. Slayer. 2 attacks, 1 strike each. Hormarath. So I've read in the rules that Slayer's attacks and Assassin's attacks, they have to go against this. They have to be against the same character. Even if you multiply the strikes, it still has to be at the same. So the extra strikes just count as prowess modifiers. So that makes Hormarath buff on Slayer or Assassin not that great. So I'm not going to use Hormarath for that. Have anything that we? Yeah, no. Okay, maybe we'll get another opportunity, maybe. Doesn't look like so, but maybe. Okay, so the Slayer, he's going to focus down. I think we just go for Haldir. Let's do that. And who do I actually want to get this Valiant Sword? Yeah, that's a good question. I guess Bjorn. Okay, so Gimli is going to tap to... Gimli's going to tap to get rid of one of those attacks. And so now it's just one attack, one strike of 11. And Haldir will face it. So 6 to beat an 11. And I'm going to play Lucky Strike. So he gets 2 rolls to try and beat this. Okay, 6 to beat an 11. Alright, so first roll. 5. 6 plus 5. Okay, the attack was ineffectual. Let's see if we can beat it. I don't think it matters because we canceled one of the attacks, but 4. Okay, so didn't matter. I mean, well, it did matter. That mattered because the first one was good, but we didn't get. There was no way we were going to get that marshalling point. All right. Oh, there's 2 marshalling points. Okay. Before they do anything else, I'm going to play Cock Crows and get rid of rank upon rank. All right. All right, and our last one will be Muster Disperses. So they make a roll. If the roll plus the unused general influence is less than 11, it blows up the faction. And I think we've got to play it on the Iron Hill Dwarves. All right, they're the ones worth 4. So Iron Hill Dwarves, Muster Disperses. Their unused general influence at the moment is 5. So 5 plus this roll, if it's less than 11, if it's less than 11, then the dwarves are gone. They get discarded. Let's do it. Okay, so 5 plus 8. Oof. Okay, didn't pull it off. Dang it. All right, and that's the end. So they arrive at their destination. I'm going to go ahead and bring this side's hand up to Haldir. Okay, and then over here, no Bard Bowman. No Bard Bowman. Don't think we'll be getting the Easterlings, and let's see, we can have 9 in our hand. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's good. All right, and we've arrived at Orvir Hollow. Okay, we've arrived at Orvir Hollow. Okay, and now it's Galadriel's turn. No one draws anything, but they can play a hazard if they like. They don't like to, so okay. So now we're on to the site phase, and this team is in Orvir Hollow, and I will face the dragon attack, and it's a 1 strike of 15. Yeah. So if I tap the black arrow, that brings it down to 14. If Radagast chooses to tap, he has 9 to beat a 14. Ugh. 9 to beat a 14. Is that what I want to do? Sounds like decent odds, but all it takes is 1 bad roll. Oh, man. 9 to beat a 14. Let's do it. All right. Radagast is going to go for it. Now the hounds, can they tap? I'm assuming they can tap to provide assistance, right? Okay, I think so. So Radagast is going to tap to face this strike. 1 strike prowess of 14, the automatic attack, I mean. It's he has 9, 10, 11 to beat a 14. Okay, with the hounds, so. And he rolls a 9. Okay. Overkill, maybe. But you never know. Alright, so, and then Bjorn is going to tap the site to play the Valiant Sword. Fantastic, bringing his prowess up to 9. Okay, great. I mean, I could have played the Hallbrook too. I mean, we came all this way to play the sword. The Hallbrook has 1 less corruption point. Alright, well, we're gonna do the sword. I guess. Oh man, I'm gonna call end to this. I'm gonna call a council now, but all right, we're not playing the sword. It's worth the same amount of marshalling points, so we're just gonna play the Hallbrook. Okay, we came all the way to the Horde for no reason, but hey, we didn't know. Okay. Seems silly, but there's just no point. There's no difference at this point. We're not going to face any more hazards. So, yes, Bjorn finds the Hallbrook. Wonderful. Okay, and Galadriel's. Galadriel is in Lorien. She can't do much there, so we're at the end of turn phase. We can discard 1 and draw. And I think we'll discard that sword we didn't get. And a friend or 3. Okay, great. Other side. Orcrist. Ah, son of a gun. Okay. And now we are going to call a council. We're at the end of our deck, our second deck, play deck. So we're going to call a council. And I'm going to... we are going to call a council, so that means we won't have another turn, but I do still need to shuffle the play deck because we're going to have to draw hazards for their turn. And our opponent has the opportunity for 1 more turn to see if they can see how many points they can accumulate. Okay, here we go. Okay, yes, this is done. Shadow, okay. And here we are, we're in Moria. Fun time. What a great place. So, we will, I mean, the only thing we can do is go to recruit Tom, and he's worth 3 marshalling points. That's pretty good. So, we need to first deal with these lures of nature. Yeah, who's going to recruit Tom? I guess, well, so we do this at the end of, during the organization phase. So, okay, so we're in the organization phase. First of all, everyone untaps. And now I'm going to have Alatar and Baratar tap to try and remove these cards. There's no other way to get rid of them, right? No. Okay. They must make a roll greater than a 4. You can do that, right, guys? Come on. Okay, Alatar. Rolls an 11. Fantastic. Okay, that gets rid of that. And then Baratar. Okay, and he rolls an 8. Okay, so we got rid of those. Okay, that's great. And now who do we want to... Who is going to... I think it's going to be Elrond. Okay, so Elrond here is going to come out from under Elrond and into General Influence. Elrond has got 4 free direct influence available. Yes, he's using up all but 1 of his. So, okay, that works. So we're going from Moria to the Old Forest. And our site path is Redhorn Gate, Holland, Cardalon. Okay, so triple wilderness. Triple wilderness. We're leaving from a shadow hold and we're headed to, what is Old Forest again? A border hold. Okay. This, it all comes down to this. Okay. Oh, well, I could bring in Eladin. That's a thought. I could bring in Eladin in at Rivendell, couldn't I? That's right. Could do that. Oof. I mean, he may have a Call of Home. He may have a Muster Disperses over there. It's one, but yeah, I think we don't do that. I'd rather keep my factions. They're worth more points than Eladin. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Okay, so back to what we said we were going to do. We're moving to the Old Forest. Our opponent draws one, we draw one. Círdan. Well, great, thanks a lot. A little too late, buddy. Okay, and then we can draw one, the Easterlings again. Okay, and then they have a hazard limit of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and they're traveling through triple wilderness, so we could come down on them with that Drake. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do just that. Now, the Winged Cold Drake attacks, and he's gets +2 prowess modifier from his long sleep. It's been quite a long sleep, so 2 strikes of 15. But I'm going to place Dragon Curse on here, bringing that to 14. So 2 strikes of 14. Goldberry can tap to make this go away. I keep keep forgetting about that. Okay, so let's rethink that. So Goldberry tapped to make this go away. Now the Cave Worm could still come out and attack, but he can't choose who he attacks, so he will, I'm sure Elrond will opt to take that. And if they have Vilya, which they likely do, that means his prowess would be 13 to beat 16. Not great odds. Yeah. Oh boy. 13 to beat 16, and of course Dragon's Curse makes it 12 to beat, makes it 15, 13 to beat 15. Basically impossible to miss. Okay, well, we tried the Winged Cold Drake. Goldberry canceled it. We put Cave Worm under here, under summons for long sleep, from long sleep. 1 strike of 18. Oh, right, it gets +2 prowess. This card's a strange one. I don't understand why you can just keep putting cards under here. And, but whatever. Okay. All right. Well, we've got to try. We've got to try something. I don't know. I don't want to hand them points. Do we need to try? We're in the lead. Maybe we don't need to try. Okay. Okay. We don't try. All right. All right. Great job, Goldberry. So we've arrived. Moria goes back into the site deck. We're at the Old Forest. And Elrond will tap to tap the site. Oh, shoot. This is going to mess up the Fellowship, isn't it? Oh, no. That is a bummer. I think we're okay. I mean, 3 marshalling points is a lot. Yep, that blows up the Fellowship. Okay, well, it is what it is. And yes, that ends the turn. That ends the round. Now we're at the council. Okay, so let's spread everyone out a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Because folks can still tap to help others with corruption checks, and cards that affect corruption checks can also be played when those corruption checks are made. So, okay. here we are. Okay, so everyone has to make a corruption check, and then once we see the results of that, then we'll move on to the point tally. I think Radagast may have won this one, but let's see. Okay, so Galadriel can't lose. Radagast has 4 corruption points, minus the 2 modifiers. So if he rolls Snake Eyes, the game's over. Wait, well, do I want to have someone tap to help him? Yeah, probably. Okay, so Bjorn taps, so it doesn't matter. He can't lose. Okay, so because that's 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, and he has 4 corruption points. Yes. Okay, Bjorn has 3 corruption points, so I'm going to play a friend or 3, and so he can't lose his. Okay, Gimli has 2 corruption points. I will play a friend or 3. He can't lose his. And then Haldir has 2 corruption points. Yeah, actually they couldn't have lost theirs anyway. Okay, so they pass the test. Now over here is where we start to worry. Okay, Elrond is fine. Elrahir, he has a corruption check. Who has the ones to make that matter? Okay, well, let's do Alatar first. If Alatar rolls Snake Eyes, that's over. That's very low odds. I'm more worried about the guys with 3. So, okay. I'm not going to do anything for Alatar. Alatar's just going to roll. Ooh, 3. Oh, my lord. Wow. Okay. Whew. Okay. And then Orphan will tap to help Elrahir with his check. So he is discarded on a Snake Eyes. 6. Okay. Orphan has his own corruption check. He's discarded on a Snake Eyes. 4. Oh my lord. Okay, and then Baratar, Elrahir's going to tap, so he gets a +1 modifier, and he's discarded on a Snake Eyes. 5. Wow, a lot of low rolls, but that's all right. No one's discarded. Everyone made it. Okay, so now we do the final point tally. Okay, just a quick recap of the game. Obviously, Radagast won by a landslide. And to be honest, when I've played these games in the past, a few years ago when I first started doing these wizard games against myself and pitting wizard versus wizard to see who would come out on top, Radagast was always dominant. His ability to draw cards as he passes through wildernesses is just so strong, and if you play into it, it's even stronger. And it's definitely the strongest wizard ability. And it just allows you to control the pace of the game. You decide, you can run through your hand as fast or as slow as you want to. You always get to decide when the game is over. And yeah, it's just really hard to beat. Also, I mean, Alatar is also a contender. He's very strong and with Elrond and Vilya, but I think that the strength of Vilya, the one weakness of the Vilya strategy is one that Radagast kind of capitalizes on, which is it slows down your play deck, and we saw that where it's hard to resist the temptation to cycle good resource cards back into your play deck, but maybe I may have exploited that too much and paid the price. I've seen errata where they've made the Alatar's deck, uses the rescue prisoners card, and I've seen errata where they've tweaked the rescue prisoners marshalling point amount from 3 to 2. And I just don't really get it. I mean, talk about something that he's tweaking. Radagast's ability is really is a little overly strong. There are some cards in here. Glamdring is a little overly strong. You don't even need to be a warrior to use that blade. There are some cards that are overly strong, but I don't really feel that that rescue prisoners is one. I mean, you have to. Yes, you can sort of stack it on top of an item that you play at a side, but you've got to be at a Shadowhold or a Darkhold, and you've got to have another untapped character. You've got to face another automatic attack. It's kind of it's kind of tough to pull off. You have to have a very high prowess team to really do it properly, and then you've got to make it back. We saw when Eladin was corrupted, the prisoners was discarded, so that was a big hit. So I just don't feel I might try and clarify which errata I'm using and which I'm not before the next game, but I really think that one's a bit silly, to be perfectly honest. And we saw here a deck that's really tuned to take advantage of rescue prisoners, and that didn't give them a huge advantage or anything. I just don't really see the point. I'm going to leave rescue prisoners as 3 unless Alatar just starts winning crazy amount of games or something. But obviously, yeah, Radagast is a great. I think the deck is strong. It's well balanced. There's a lot of factions. There's items, and it's geographically centered in the Northeast. So it's got a lot of strong strengths. And we saw those in play. Obviously, killing Smog was incredible, but we would have won even without those 5 marshalling points. So that wasn't what did it. It was just, Radagast is very strong. I'm going to continue playing these matches. We've gone through 4 of the 5 wizards, so we've still got to play a match with Palando. I think I'm just going to do a double elimination style sort of tournament. And if Wizard loses 2, then they're out, and we'll just go until the end and see who comes out on top. I suspect it might be Radagast, it might be Palando. Who knows? We'll see. I'll try and tune the other decks to maybe compete. We'll try. I'm definitely going to be adjusting the decks as I go, so I'm not going to just stick with the same decks as I play more and get even better grasp of the game, and and maybe. And obviously, we've since the first game we've upped the number of cards in the sideboard and in the play deck. So we'll keep tweaking things. But the next one will be Gandalf versus Palando. So we'll finally get to see Palando. He also has an amazing ability where you just get to keep another card in your hand. It's a kind of a passive, and it's great. So we'll see how that stacks up against Gandalf in his ring deck. And all right, stay tuned.